I'm going to underline something, then have you turn and talk. I have two hands. You can put your hands down. I'll have you raise in about 30 seconds. If I underline that part of equivalent, what does that mean? Turn and talk to your partner. Go. Cool. 3, 2, 1. I heard it from row 4. I think I heard it from row 1. What does equivalent mean, Chad? It means equal. So if you have equivalent, write it again. It's a cool word. Expressions, they're expressions that are the same when simplified. They're exactly the same. They can have either one answer, multiple answers, or no answers. But depending on what choices they give you. For review, we already kind of did this, but let's refresh the Great Pyramid of Gemdas and write it just one more time. This should be G. This is an old copy, sorry. So G is grouping. Anything that's parentheses or in a fraction. E is exponent. M and D are multiplication and division. I'll just do the signs to save time, and addition and subtraction. So that's the process for this lesson as well. It's going to keep reappearing. Number 1. Another problem that the CASP likes to test you on, and this is very similar to the wording they use. Which expressions are equivalent to 4b? Underline 4b. You're about to embark on a scavenger hunt, and you want to try to find everything that is like 4b. And that requires quite a bit of work. So I'm going to set up a grid, and I'm going to first start with answer A. These problems are really strange because they're kind of like 3 problems all in one. I have to dissect every answer before I move on to the next problem. So let's start with b plus 2 times b plus 2b. And you might kind of find a pattern and be able to mentally start somewhere, but I need to see every answer simplified before you move on. So if I look at the 2, it's next to the b. I'm actually going to simplify b and 2b because they're the same term. So let's make that 3b. If you were tempted to distribute, that wouldn't be wrong. It's just a little bit more work in the end. So those are combined. Those are the groups. It makes 3b. Add the b on the outside. What would I do next, Hadley? Following order of operations. And what does that become? Okay. And you are searching and searching, and your first trip that you stop at the scavenger hunt is b plus 6b or 7b. We'll just put equals 7b. That does not match 4b. It's not equivalent. We're going to cross out A. That does not work. Let's go on to B. This one's a little simpler. That's good. So 3b plus b would be what? Silent hand. Logan. You just found a possible answer. So circle B. But don't stop there. If you stopped and moved on, you get the problem wrong. You need to check every answer option because sometimes there's going to be multiple answers. So we know B is an option. What's 2 times 2b? Another kind of simple one we can do mentally. Logan? Sorry, Logan. Lauren. It's 4b. And that also matches. So you just found 2 answers. B and C are options that you could work. They are equivalents. You try this one on your own. First thing that you're going to do is simplify z plus 6. I'm going to ignore the parentheses because there's nothing to distribute and there's nothing to combine. Z plus z is 2z, and 6 goes here. What expression is equivalent to 2z plus 6? Try this one on your own in the next minute. If you have the answer, pencil down until I ask for hands, please. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. We're gonna rock, paper, scissors, get your answer ready. 1 for A, 2 for B, 3 for C. If you got 2 answers, you can put up a 1 and a 3 or a 1 and a 2. If you just got one answer, show me the answer you got. It's rock, paper, scissors. If you weren't sure, just give me a 0. Tessa, let me know what you got, please. Okay, just give me a 0 then, that's fine. Hands down. A few people got 3, a few 1s. I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 Bs as well. If you started with A and thought that was your answer, you're really close. If we go on a scavenger hunt and we enter into the room that is A, this Z plus Z plus Z becomes 3 Z's. The 6 stays the same. This is almost the answer, but it's got to be exact. So it cannot be A. Cross out A. It can't be A. It's really close, but these Z's all add up and they make 3. Z plus, which one? Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I need to fix that. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of small. I see how you could see that. Yeah, I'll fix that later. Thanks for letting me know. B is Z plus 6 plus 6. Well, Z plus 12 is not correct. So some of you probably just looked at that and just crossed it out because you know it doesn't make a 2Z. If you have 2 times Z plus 3, this is where you can use distributive property because I can't combine the Z and the 3. I cannot combine the parentheses. So I'm going to multiply 2 times Z. I'm going to multiply 2 times 3. And the simplest version of this is 2Z plus 6. That matches. C is your answer. Moving on. Next page, please. Example 2 is similar. We're going to simplify the question first before we try to simplify A, B, and C. So let's try to simplify 4m minus 2 plus negative 8m. I'm going to start by making this one sign. The plus minus 8m is going to turn into negative 8m. What 2 things can I combine, Jameson? Cool. And what is... Awesome. And what's your final answer? And what else? Okay. So this is my scavenger hunt clue. This is the one I want to match it to. I rhymed. And we're going to start checking. Go to A. Negative 2 times 4m plus 1 plus 4. What would I do first, Colton? What property is that? Rhymes with distributive. Distributive property. And I'm going to distribute because I can't combine 4m and 1, so I'm going to multiply it. Negative 2 times 4m is negative 8m. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. And then bring down your 4. Last step to simplifying this right in. What can I combine next? Awesome. And is it going to be a fight? Is it going to be banding? A -2 and a +4. If they're opposites, Raiden, what do you think is going to happen? Yeah, it's fighting, which is just 2. Question.
Yeah, 4n is on the outside. It's 4m plus 1. It's 2,
Ooh.
-2, 4m plus 1 plus 4m.
Whoa.
You put 8n.
Whoa. Yeah, I put 4 instead of 4m. Thank you. That's a blunder. You can mark it. This 4 should be 4m. All right, voice off, please. Next, so let's reverse that. The -2 can't combine, but the -8 can combine. Raiden, that's probably why you were confused. -8 and 4 makes -4. That matches?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. -4m minus 2. So A is an answer choice. Let's test out B. Do not stop when you find the answer because there's a chance that there are more than one. 2m, 2 times 2m, minus 1, minus 8m. And C you could probably cross out, huh? Justice, where do I start simplifying for the answer choice B? Again?
It's n, not n.
I'm going to make that an English blunder. My thing just kind of, I didn't mean an N, it was supposed to be an N. Keep going, Justice. What's my next step?
You do 2 times 2m, which is 4m. And then you do 2 times -1,
Mm-hmm.
which makes -2.
Good. And then what?
And you bring down your -8m.
Awesome. Nora, what's my next step? I have a negative here and a positive here. Did you get something different? Good. Okay. And -2 is dropped down. -2 minus 4m, is that the same, Aiden? Why?
Because it's just flipped.
You can always flip your expressions if they have the same sign. So does B work for this one, whole class? Yeah, it works. -4m minus 2 is the same as A and the same as our answer. Circle A and B and move on. Last one. Yeah, cool. Okay. I'm gonna cold call again. Be ready to answer. This one has a lot of parentheses, and I'm gonna clean up this first one for you because you haven't really seen a problem like this. If you have a 2 plus -4t in parentheses, I'm gonna first clean this up and just make it 2 minus 4t. So the plus negative turns into just 2 minus 4t. 3 is outside, -6 is here. Reese, what's my first step after I cleaned that up? Do I do what? Called distributive property, right? Okay. What would I do for that?
You multiply it with 3 times 2 times 3 times 2 and then do 2.
Yeah. Okay. Be really precise with your signs. 3 times 2 is 6. -4 times 3 is -12. Let's regroup or simplify. That's 0. So it just cancels. -12t looks like my option. The answer choice A matches, so I don't have to do anything, just circle A. B automatically doesn't match. I don't have to simplify, cross that out. A is your answer. You try this next problem on your own. I'll give you a minute. Go. And I want you to try this independently. We'll get the answer in just a minute. You'll have time for partner work in 2 minutes. If you're a little confused by that -3, This is the same thing as that. So the -3 is just outside of the parentheses. Okay, I'll be over there in just a second. Going to talk to your partner, go back to the U trend and compare answers. If you have different answers, explain why you got yours. What did you guys get? Did you all get? Voices off, 3, 2, 1. Sit down. And what's the answer, Cameron? And this is one of those ones where on a test I always second guess myself because I'm like, man, there's got to be an answer. I probably messed up. And the trick for these is sometimes they will just give you a different expression that doesn't match at all. If you simplified this, you would have gotten -18x plus 20. And that's almost A. So they're trying to trick you. That's almost A, but it has to be the exact same signs. Be really precise and don't just go with the closest one. If they really don't match up identically, you need to choose none of the above. 3x, probably, I don't know how they even got that. I was thinking they subtracted 6 minus 3. Yeah, and then 5, I don't know. Next page, please. You have a section of partner practice with answers. You have 5 minutes to work, and then we'll finish 5 independent. Go. This is partner practice. Yep, you are free to talk math with your partner as long as you're talking about math. As long as you're